everyone, this is my Multicultural Education for Gifted Students final oral exam by Julie Petway. The two objectives that I believe I was able to meet from the course syllabus, the two goals, was number 2, recognize prejudice and oppressive institutional structures in education that marginalize gifted students from culturally diverse backgrounds, specifically race, class, gender, and language issues. And I think Howard spoke to a lot of this. This was part of my facilitation of discussion with Howard. And I could just relate to him a lot. In his book, he said, I had entered a period of rejecting my racial identity. I had learned what it meant to be white in America, and didn't want any part of it. I think this speaks directly to advocating for your students and making a difference in lives as educators, and teach these young minds about the many different cultures that they may see in their classroom or not in their classroom, but just be aware of the different cultures. I also want to point out how important it is for educators to notice how underrepresented African Americans are in the gifted programs. The second goal that I believe I met during this course experience was developing a plan to use multicultural approaches in home, school, community relations that support gifted programs and empower students and their families. And I think part was actually designed of how I can a multicultural lesson in my class. The first thing that came to my mind was incorporating more African American and Hispanic scientists, astronauts into my curriculum, but I learned, as Dr. Ford and Fraser put it, that's just a level 2 integration. And what I need is to look more at the social action approach, which is a level 3 or 4. So what I should do is I can integrate it, let's say, into earth science, if I'm talking about weather, and I can explain the different forms of weather, like a hurricane, but relate it into cultural natural disasters that have happened, like Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Harvey, and use these events to discuss how the surrounding urban areas and what happened. I also want my students to be more socially active in these discussions and put together a plan on our project on how we can give the students an issue and they come up with a solution. It's a powerful method to allow students to think outside the box and problem solve. A few of my future plans that I want to reflect on are multicultural training at school. I would like to first start off with conversations. I'm starting a new school, so just start having more conversations about multicultural training and what that is, and then give a PD towards the beginning of the school year just to explain the importance of multicultural lessons, integrating them into lessons, and then allowing all students to see themselves in what we're teaching. Just realizing on how much I can counsel my own students about culturally diverse backgrounds in the classroom. Network and collaboration. Over the summer, I attended a LEAD Leadership for Educational Equity fellowship, and what I would like to focus on is parental involvement. Over this course, we've learned about parental involvement and how, especially our Hispanic population, parents do not feel welcome or, welcome in schools because of the language barrier. And what we discussed about Calhoun, and some things I took away from that, is that as we want to educate our parents on what is going on in their gifted child's life. We want to be an advocate for both the student and the parent. So for that, I'm working with a mentor, and I specifically want to focus on parental involvement. Georgia Association for Gifted Children, the GAGC. I want to get more involved in this. I know there's a presentation or the conference being held on March 4th, 2019 in Atlanta. So I definitely want to attend and get on be a local board or just be more involved in actually knowing what's going on, what changes are being made, and keeping up with that. Well, thank you all for listening. I know there was a lot of stops. I'm watching my 2-year-old who keeps running in here, so I was trying to stop it before he would do something to the computer. So thank you all so much, and I hope you have a great rest of the year. Thank you.